Hey everyone, Shelley here again to read another little story. This one is called Little Fur Family by Margaret Wise Brown. There was a little fur family, warm as toast, smaller than most, in little fur coats, and they lived in a warm wooden tree. The little fur father said good morning one day, put on his hat and went away out into his little fur world. The little fur mother bathed her fur child, and off he went to play in the wild wood where they lived. It was a wild, wild wood. Wildflowers grew all over the ground, and wild winds blew through the air. Wild nuts fell from the wild nut trees, and wild grass tickled the fur child's nose, tickled his nose and made him sneeze. Kerchoo! Kerchoo! The sneeze woke up his grandpa, who lived in a hollow stump. And Grandpa came walking, thump, 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 and walked out of his hollow stump and said, "Bless you, my little fur grandson. Every time you sneeze, kerchoo!" "Bless you," said the little fur child. "Thank you," said his grandpa. The old grandpa went thump, 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 and walked back into his hollow stump, and the fur child went on through the dark and sunny woods till he came to a river full of fish. The fish didn't have any fur, and they didn't have any feet, and they swam around under the river. The little fur child watched them for a long time. Then he reached the river and pulled out a fish and looked at it. And then, kerplunk, he threw it back in the river. He reached into the air and he caught a flying bug. And he held it in his hand and he looked at it. The bug didn't have any fur. It was shiny and had little wings. Then, zip, he threw it back in the air. Then he caught a little tiny, tiny fur animal, the littlest fur animal in the world. It had warm, silky fur and even a little fur nose. So he kissed it right on its little fur nose and put it gently back in the grass. And the little tiny, tiny fur animal ran down a hole into the ground. The sun went down beyond the river, and the sky grew wild and red, and the little fur child turned around and ran for home. And just as darkness got very dark, he bumped into his big fur mother, and she took her little fur child home in her arms and gave him his supper. And there was his father, who put him to bed, and they tucked him in bed, all soft and all warm. And they held his paw, and they sang him a song. "Sleep, sleep, our little fur child, out of the windiness, out of the wild. Sleep warm in your fur all night long. In your little fur family, this is a song." The end. I hope you enjoyed that little story. And until I see you guys next time, I missed you. I hope you're all doing well and having fun at home. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.